Welcome to Yellowstone to the World. I'm Aaron. I spend my days inside the greater Yellowstone ecosystem with families and private groups. And this show is about how people plan, experience, and remember these iconic places, using Yellowstone as a reference point. If you're planning a trip like this and it already feels more complicated than you expected, you're in the right place. Yellowstone looks simple on a map. Big park, a loop road, a handful of famous stops that you've heard about your whole life, the Yellowstone Falls, Old Faithful, etc. Most people assume that if they do enough research, the plan will eventually sort itself out. And that's a reasonable assumption. It just doesn't work here. Yellowstone isn't static. Wildlife moves, traffic stops, weather changes, and the parking lots fill. And that, honestly, the parking lots are probably one of the most stressful things for most people that you just don't get the grasp of till you've been through this park hundreds of times. And none of that shows up clearly when you're planning this from home. So just to ground this in reality for a second, Yellowstone isn't one simple destination, even though we think it is. There are 5 entrances spread across 2 different states. People fly into different airports that are hours apart, stay in completely different gateway towns, and then expect their days inside the park to feel the same. Where you stay changes your drive times. Drive times change your energy. And energy changes how the entire day feels. None of that is obvious when you're looking at a map, but that's exactly where trips quietly start to feel off. What surprises people the most is who actually struggles with planning Yellowstone. It's not inexperienced travelers. It's capable people. People who make good decisions all day long. We're talking doctors, business owners, professionals who are used to things resolving cleanly if they just think them through. Most Yellowstone trips don't fall apart. People still see incredible things, and they still take great photos, and they still say the trip was amazing. But later, when they get home, they say things like, "We should have slowed down. I wish we would have known this earlier. Next time we'll do it differently." That's not regret. That's uncertainty about the structure of the trip. And that's what I mean when I occasionally talk about second guessing. Not panic, not disappointment, just that lingering question of whether the plan itself was set up the right way. What people don't actually want is more options. They want fewer decisions. They want to feel like the important choices are settled so they can just be present. When people thank us after the trip, which is one of the greatest rewards of guiding, they rarely thank us for one of the specific stops or one of the specific animals of wildlife that we saw. They say things like, "You handled everything. It was stress-free. We didn't have to think. We trusted the plan." And that's the real value. Not doing more, but carrying the weight of the decisions so the trip can unfold naturally. Yellowstone isn't about how much you see. It's about how the day unfolds. A well-structured day here feels calm, even when it's full. A poorly structured one feels rushed, even when nothing technically goes wrong. The goal isn't to maximize stops. The goal is to leave feeling confident that you did it the right way. Here's one simple planning filter you can use right away. If the plan looks efficient on paper, but feels tight in real life, it's probably wrong for Yellowstone. This park doesn't reward efficiency. It rewards margin. Build margin into your days, and everything gets easier. So thanks for watching this. This show is about those invisible decisions, the ones that shape how a trip feels, not just what you see. In the next episode, I want to talk about one common planning assumption that creates more friction than people realize, and almost everyone makes it. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.